Hey there, and welcome to the Windsor Star News Cafe. I'm Dylan Kristy, and I'm here with McArthur. And as you can see, things are a little bit different here in the cafe this afternoon.
Yeah, we're mixing it up because Bev Becker, she went out, she splurged Amex, and we got new furniture in the News Cafe. We're sitting on a beautiful sort of metallic gray leather couch right now. We got four beautiful leather chairs so you can sit back, have a coffee, talk about the news, and of course the TVs.
That's it. We got cable going through right now. Hopefully we'll have some Monday night or Thursday night football.
That's right.
Going on this evening. But yeah, it's incredible. We got tons of channels. It's really kind of livened up and brightened up the place, but I'm loving the furniture.
Productivity on the website has nosedived, but our knowledge of NFL, NHL, and sports in general through the roof.
Yeah, it'll be just in time for an event that we're going to be throwing on this evening with Chamber of Commerce. It's going to be business professionals coming here to mingle, to network. It should be a good time. I'll be here, you'll be here. We'll be live streaming it, interviewing business people, and we'll be able to throw them right live onto the website.
Yeah, and exactly, and also on the big boards. We're going to get some pics on the big boards outside. And remember, if you want to video bomb the our daily newscast here, we're here probably about 12:30 most days. Come by for a coffee, check it out.
Absolutely. All right, well, some other exciting things going on across the county. There's been a team working to unearth artifacts near the Puce River and Bell River. So far, they found over, 80,000 artifacts, some of them dating back to over 4,000 years old.
Exactly. Stone drills, stone knives, spearheads. They've even found some evidence of Euro habitation, like the impressions
of a wooden cabin, arrowheads.
And what they said, I guess the most remarkable thing about this is that it really has been untouched for centuries.
Yeah, where most often you'll go to a dig site, and a lot of the times it's been kind of overturned through agriculture. But this one, the artifacts are essentially where they were left. I guess just being on the banks there, soil has kind of gone over, but some of the artifacts are even only a foot deep. Like, they haven't had to dig that far, but they're saying the further they've dug, the older the artifacts have gotten.
Now, you were saying this morning, you just recently went to Egypt, right? And sort of.
Well, and that's the thing. I always kind of said, like, the more I travel, the more I realize how young Canada is, how little history there actually is. But this is pretty cool. Like, over 4,000 years old. I think the pyramids themselves are about 4,800 years old. Like, I don't know exactly, around there. So not that much older. So to find out that there is evidence of history in this area that kind of goes back that far, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the coolest thing too about it is that, like, initially they found things, about 1,000 years old, and they were all excited about that. But then they just kept digging, and it just got older and older and older. And there's a great quote from archaeologist Jacqueline Fisher. It was like excavating a layer cake. You move down to the plate, and you move back in time.
That's right, and the best stuff's always at the bottom.
Exactly. And Windstar Dan Janice, he was out there yesterday. He shot a great video with lots of pics, and it's a little mini doc.
Excellent. So do we have this right now?
Yeah.
All right, so this is Field Director Ruth McDougall kind of talking about the dig. Here she is.
Well, we're doing an archaeological excavation. It's stage 4, so that's complete excavation, in advance of the County Road 22 bridge and road improvements. What we have here is a multi-component site. The main component is a late woodland village site, so that's a native site from roughly 800 to 1000 AD. And we also have some earlier material from roughly 1000 BC, and we have part of the early 19th century settlement of Puce by the Euro-Canadians. We're finding, if we start sort of closer to the present, in the 19th century, we're finding buttons and cut nails, window glass from the structures. We're finding a lot of smoking pipes, and then as we move backwards to the village component from the around 1,000 years ago, we have pottery sherds and projectile points, arrowheads and spears. We have drills, stone drills, we have a stone axe. So all those materials, plus we have a lot of the faunal material from the food they ate. So we have a lot of fish, we have bird, we have deer, and we probably have an assortment of other mammals as well. I think the only surprise for us has been the complexity of the site. We had done testing in advance, and so we knew we had a site that has been not been plowed on this side. So the artifacts haven't been churned around. They're in their original layers, soil layers, and we knew that, and we knew we had a number of pit features, storage pits, cooking pits, hearths. What we weren't expecting was the intensity of it. We have at the moment well over 400 features, so pits and posts, hearths, We have some living floors from the native component, and those would have been concentrated living areas, possibly sort of house structures. And that's been very exciting.
All right, so cool stuff. Now, of course, this dig hasn't come free. It's going to cost the county about $1.1 million, but that will likely be kind of grouped in with the $11 million that's going towards this bridge project on the Puce River. So it shouldn't really be that much of an impact.
Okay. And a big show and tell yesterday over, speaking of unearthing things, Windsor Police, they raided some storage lockers on Rhodes Drive, and boom, they got off with quite a haul there. $600,000 worth of marijuana and some guns.
Yeah, so this is all part of kind of the drug raids that they executed last week. I believe they executed 7 drug raids or 7 search warrants.
Yeah.
While they were executing one of these in South Windsor, they found keys to a storage locker in a car, so they kind of followed the trail, and that led them to the storage lockers on Rhodes Drive. It'd be an incredible Storage Wars find, I guess. But in these lockers, there was 2 lockers. The one, they found 3 suitcases. They said they went in there. It was kind of...
It's very much like Breaking Bad, man. You
Well,
open it up,
that's it.
and it's just this large sort of empty room, and in the middle are just sort of 3 well-worn suitcases.
Yeah, they said
nothing to see here, nothing to see here.
Nothing special. You couldn't smell anything, but then when they opened it up, there was these vacuum-sealed bags, double sealed.
Yeah.
And yeah,
BC
within
bud?
it, BC marijuana, yeah. So also in the lockers, they found 2 loaded semi-automatic handguns and a pistol grip shotgun with the serial number filed off.
Okay, yeah, as you said, it was an 11-month probe, 7 search warrants, 8 arrests, and we got a little video we're going to queue up from the downtown cop shop yesterday. It's Sergeant Mike Camelli and Constable Todd Pierce talking about the big bust.
What happened on, we executed 7 search warrants last week, which turned into 8. We executed another one late on Thursday afternoon. We then arrested a party who was related to this, and in that vehicle we found the pellet gun that is the second one in. A search warrant was executed on that car, and that car led us to a storage facility. And in that storage facility, it was Guardian Storage on Rhodes Drive. We located two storage lockers. In the storage lockers were 3 suitcases, and in the second storage locker were the other 3 suitcases and 2 handguns and the pistol grip shotgun.
Okay, we're back, and a Quebec issue that is making some waves in Windsor is the government's proposal in Quebec to ban public employees from wearing, quote, overt religious symbols, including hijabs, turbans, kirpas, or skull caps. And of course, in Windsor, very culturally diverse city in the country. A lot of people are up in arms about this. We spoke with them yesterday. They are roundly condemning this proposal.
Yeah, Remy Boubel, she is the executive director of the Rose City Islamic Center. She described it as ridiculous, ludicrous, nasty, and divisive. She says this borderline racist, and it's kind of further removing minorities from, yeah, I guess politics, and just anything in general. Like, why do you have to kind of differentiate, right? Like, if people, she said she would sooner leave her job than have to choose between having to cover her head or not.
Yeah, I mean, Harvey Kessler from the Windsor Jewish Community Center,
Yep.
He said much the same thing. He says he's fearful that this is going to stoke racism in Canada, and you can see how you're essentially creating sort of separate classes of people. It's okay to wear this, it's not okay to wear that. I find the whole thing a little unseemly, to tell you the truth. I think people should be able to wear what they want, when they want, like how they want. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really care what other people do as long as they don't punch me in the face. They should be free to do pretty much anything they want, whether they work for the government or they're in the private sector.
No, for sure, and I think there's gonna be a lot of gray areas as well. You were saying that like even big crosses, that's not encouraged. Like if you have like a big picture of a cross or something on your desk, that's not allowed. But apparently crosses are okay, depending on the size. So if you're just wearing a little crucifix.
Yeah, it's a bureaucratic nightmare. Yeah, it
Yeah.
says exceptions will be made for like small, crosses, crucifixes, or small stars of David, that sort of thing. But yeah, you're gonna have someone walking around with a measuring stick. Like,
Exactly. No, it is a nightmare. So it's a lot of people are up in arms about that, and understandably so.
And it flies in the face sort of a precedent, right? I mean, Quebec, dude, these are the guys that tried to ban like turbans recently from the
Yeah.
from the soccer pitch, and they got roundly condemned for that. And then before, remember, Quebec again, they tried to ban kirpans, the ceremonial dagger by Sikhs. They tried to ban that in school, and the Supreme Court shot them down and said, no, you can't ban these kirpans in school. Like, it's a religious symbol. So I don't know. Jason Kenney, for his part, the multiculturalism minister, federal, says they're going to fight it. So
Yeah.
a lot of people up in arms, and we can't express it any better, I don't think, than Remy. We've got a little video clip of her talking yesterday.
Perfect.
Really not at all happy about this proposed legislation. Number one, it is completely divisive and for no reason whatsoever. It's fractious, it's divisive, and it's completely an unnecessary conversation. It's a conversation that's not productive. There are many more productive conversations that we could be having and taking our time having, and instead we're talking about something so ridiculous and causing problems that we don't need to have caused. So yeah, I'm completely in opposition to any proposed legislation for any religious group to be discriminated against in any way, and to be discriminated against by our own government is scary, and it's sad, and it's not who we are as Canadians.
Okay, we're back. Remember, we got that big event tonight. Dylan and I were going to be here, live stream, Storify, or Scribble Live rather, the works on the big boards. Come check out these couches, man, and watch a little TV here at the News Cafe.
Excellent. All right. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in.